Love animals because they all just.
Well, we are animals. So.
I know we're animals too, but I'm animal lover 100%. I want to work with animals, so I want to do.
Very good. So, second question is: do you have any animals? Have you any companion animals or animals that you care for at the minute?
I used to have a dog called Marley, which is a mix of a dog. I have 2 cats, Frankie and Bean, and I have 2 puppies. I just got 2 puppies in summer there. A Labrador and a Husky. Nice. They're a lovely son and Nyla.
I have a Husky cross at home. He's 11 years old. He's a rescue dog.
Actually?
And I love him so much, man.
Yeah, we adopted my cats.
Yeah.
Because their parents, like the people who own them, were moving to Australia, so we just brought them. Yeah.
So, right, we've established that you're an animal lover and why you love them. The third question's a trickier one, and it doesn't come with judgment. It's just a question. Do you pay for animal products? Do you eat animals? Do you wear their skin? Do you use products that have been tested on animals?
No. I do not. My mother would be against that kind of stuff. My mum doesn't have anything with animal cruelty, anything with like paraben free, like parabens and stuff. My mum does not.
Are you vegan? Or is your mum
vegan? My mum has been vegan.
Yeah.
I'm not vegan myself.
Right.
I do eat meat.
Yeah. So that's why we're here. We're trying to get people to, and again, no judgment, because I used to pay for it myself, and I'm genuinely not judging you, man. Do you see it problematic to say that you're an animal lover and then eat animals as well, or wear their skins?
Thing is about like killing animals, the way they do it is wrong. I 100% agree with that. Like putting chickens in cages and making them eat food and like plumbing them up with stuff that they shouldn't really be. I believe if you like take care of a cow, give it proper grass. So say I'd like to do that. I would like to have a farm. I'd take care of them, give them the right food, give them good variety of food, the food that they need, and then slaughter it like responsibly. I think that's fine, but obviously you can't do that really in like, my age.
What would that look like? How would you humanely kill somebody that wants to live their life or doesn't want to die? What would humanely killing somebody look like?
I don't really care about killing people or them. Like animal doesn't really have any effect on me, really.
Right, so I'm trying to get my head around that one. What do you imagine happens to them when they get there?
They get made into food.
Yeah, well that's true. It's kind of true, but it's the process. I suppose you've heard the term humane slaughter, that something humane happens to them. You go to a slaughterhouse, animals come in, they're absolutely terrified. That's something that most people don't know. I'm not judging you, by the way, because I didn't know either. And they're forced inside and they're made to stand the line. If they're cows, they get shot in the head with a bolt gun and then hung upside down and somebody cuts their throat. Yeah. If they're pigs, most of the places here will put them in gas chambers. So they're put into a thing called a gondola and dropped into a gas chamber. I'm trying to get the same thing that happened to Jewish people in the Second World War, and they're gassed. And sheep just have their hung upside down and have their throats cut at 16 weeks old.
16 weeks old?
16 weeks old, yeah. But do you see how it's problematic to say you're an animal lover and then also say,
100%.
and again, I'm not judging you, we're literally just having a conversation, and then say, I don't care about animals being like shot in the head or having their throats cut.
No, but I don't want animals to be doing that, but like if I had to survive or something, like I would do that. But I obviously eat like loads of vegetables and all. Like I just want to like grow my own food, but I can't do that in like this day and age.
And I understand. And I mean, probably your parents are buying your food. You're not cooking your own stuff. I get it. But we're not in a survival situation, which would be completely different. If you had to eat an animal to survive, then that's completely different. That changes the whole moral tact of the whole conversation. We can go into Sainsbury's or Tesco's and buy a multitude of not just vegetables. You know, there's so many alternatives nowadays, vegan alternatives. You've probably seen them yourself.
I don't know what's in them, like cheaply made. I don't know.
Some of them are, some of them aren't. Some of them are crap. Some of them are good. Some of them are dear. Some of them are cheap. I get it. I don't eat a lot of the alternatives myself. Some people do because they want a sausage, or they want a sausage roll, or they want a burger. I tend to eat a whole food plant-based diet. But the point I'm trying to make to you is it's not a survival situation that you're in. You can't eat vegetables, or you can't eat grain, or you can eat rice and pasta and pulses and nuts and seeds and all sorts of different stuff. So you have that option. Then the question becomes, what do you value? Because we're down into taste, really. Because it's not for survival, it's for taste. So then do you value taste over an animal's life?
No.
So we're just trying to make people aware of what happens now. Because most people don't even think about it. I didn't for most of my life.
Yeah.
And then somebody told me and I was like, okay, I'm not really cool with that.
Yeah, no, I want to go vegetarian one day.
Yeah, well I'm vegan, which is a step further.
Yeah.
But vegetarian, I was vegetarian for a long time and I wouldn't tell you not to do it, but vegetarian, even there's issues with that. I mean, most people don't know that even how cruel the dairy industry is. Most people think we just take milk off cows. But in the dairy industry, for example, they impregnate the females to make them lactate to give milk. And then as soon as their babies are born after 9 months, the baby girls will go into the system of being made pregnant and producing milk. And the baby boys are killed at birth, most of them. So 100,000 of them in the UK last year were shot on the day they're born. They just put them on the ground and shoot them in the head. Or hit them over the head with a shovel or a spade just to dispose it. They don't produce any milk. And their quality of meat that milk cows produce is not considered to be good. So they're a waste product, like let's just get rid of them. So that's cruelty. And the egg industry is the same. Like all the male chicks that are born are just macerated in a mincing machine. The very minute they're born, they sort them into males and females and just dispose of the males, you know. So the whole animal agriculture industry is really, really cruel. And I'm an animal lover, I don't want to pay for that.
Yeah.
So, I know. Most people are. It's just that you're taught from when you're young that something humane's happening and you need to eat it. I mean, I'm nearly 54 years old, I haven't eaten an animal product and I haven't eaten any animal product in nearly 10 years. And I've been vegetarian before that, from when I was 19. So people tell you need it for protein and you need it for calcium and all that nonsense, and it's just lies. The industry tell you.
Yeah. I don't like meat.
It's funny how many people say that.
You don't like meat, but you wouldn't give it up. I would.
But have you tried any of the alternatives?
You should try Linda McCartney meats.
Linda McCartney sausages and burgers and stuff are all really, really good. So that's, again, where it becomes tricky with your own morals and your own ethics, that you value an animal's life more, but because of the way you're taught from you're young, and it comes from your parents and society and advertising and stuff, that you're driven in a direction where we all think they have to eat animal products to survive. And we're fed them from an early age, and it's just something you naturally do throughout your entire life without probably ever questioning it. Yeah, it's the way society is. It's the way you're led. But in your head somewhere, you kind of realise that it's problematic and it's probably wrong to kill somebody when you don't have to. You know.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Does that make sense? So it's just a matter of getting into a different mindset.
Yeah.
And you go into the supermarket and instead of buying your normal pizza, you just buy the vegan ones. It tastes pretty much the same.
Yeah, I got my dad to try Linda McCartney sausage rolls and he said that they tasted like...
They taste exactly the same.
Yeah, my dad...
Or maybe fractionally different.
Yeah, my dad's like, he has to not eat meat because of health problems.
Yeah.
He doesn't call himself a vegetarian, but he hasn't had meat in a good few years.
See, that's the thing. All those products are, it's like a package deal. So yeah, you do get protein and calcium from animal products. You also get it from plants, but the animal products they're like a package deal with saturated fat and cholesterol and antibiotics and all sorts of shite you're ingesting, so it's bad for you. So the hospitals are not full of vegans that are protein deficient. The hospitals are full of people with heart disease and cancers and diabetes and all stuff they're getting from eating animal products.
Yeah.
So it's kind of for me it's a no-brainer. Like, I don't want to hurt animals, number one. That is my number one thing. I just see them as innocent. I see them as children. They've never harmed anybody. And to march somebody into a slaughterhouse and shoot them in the head with a bolt gun, I know it's terrible, and hang them upside down and cut their throat when you can eat a vegan burger instead that tastes pretty much the same.
Hello?
It's kind of a no-brainer.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Could I give you a wee card? If I could ask you to watch one thing from all of this. The top one here, the best speech you'll ever hear. Sounds really boring, it's on YouTube. It is literally the best speech you'll ever hear. I thought I'd scrub through it and watch a couple of minutes and go to the end. I couldn't argue with anything the guy said. It's a baldy guy in a classroom who did a tour of universities in America, and it is literally the best thing you'll ever hear in your life. Watch it, man, change your life. What did you say your name was?
Well, Mark Marshall.
My name's Cliff. Pleased to meet you, man. Thanks for stopping. Yeah. Changed my life for the better, and I don't have to hurt animals anymore, which is.
Yeah.
I kind of feel you're on the same vibe anyway.
Yeah, I don't like hurting animals.
I mean, you'd never hurt a dog.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And you know, when you're buying the products, and this is not a guilt trip, it's just a fact. When you go into a shop and buy the product, you're paying somebody to do something to an animal you would never do yourself. Like if I brought a wee lamb to you now and for a barbecue and said, "Here's a wee lamb," gave you a knife,
Yeah.
would you be able to hurt it?
No.
Never. But when you go into a supermarket and buy a burger or whatever, you're paying somebody to do that, and I don't really want to do that anymore. So
Yeah, I wouldn't do it myself.
I appreciate you stopping. What's your names?
Emily.
Emily and
Cameron.
I'm Cliff. Thanks very much for stopping. Have a lovely day.
Yeah.